pre-press conference for Cynical Velocity Online Racing in for the press conference today. We have Sergeant Milk, SV Custard, SV Ninjas has actually just joined now, SV Richard, and SV Tony. First, we'll come to the third place man from last week, Sergeant Milk. Obviously, came away with the third place after all the penalties were sorted. Obviously, I don't think I was expecting that, but just give us a few words of how you're feeling right now after finding out that you did receive that third place.
Yeah, I'm over the moon, obviously, but it's not how I wanted to get the podium. Um, However, you can take it or leave it, and you can only take it, so I'm gonna take it as it comes. Hopefully, I can just keep on building on it.
Yeah. Obviously, that does do you fairly well in the constructors, moving you up to, I believe, 8th position. Above your old teammate, SV Custard, who we will be talking to fairly
Yeah.
soon. Obviously, he was moved up to the Red Bull. Obviously, I'm sure you'll be looking to take that seat off one of the Red Bull drivers.
Very much so.
Obviously, with Britain just around the corner, how do you
Yep.
feel going into that race?
I feel confident. Just need to work on my race pace, and then I should be alright. Apart from and then just keep my focus down, and then from that should be alright.
Yeah, well, obviously, good luck for tomorrow.
Yeah.
We'll move on to who should we talk to now? We'll go to Custard. Obviously, picked up 7th place, I believe, in your first drive for Red Bull.
Second.
Oh, second. Sorry, looking at the standings now. Picked up 7th place. Obviously, you had a small incident with Elias. Could you talk us through what was going on from your end?
Oh, well, I saw a gap that he was leaving on the inside, but it closed a lot quicker than I was anticipating, but I'd already committed to the outside, because if I'd have tried to dummy him and go around the outside, I would have collected him as well. Only ruined my own race, so, it wasn't his fault, completely down to me, being fucking stupid, but, everyone makes mistakes.
Yeah. Obviously, we're going into the British Grand Prix, and obviously, whether it's a decent track for yourself, how do you see yourself placing yourself within qualifying and then the race, obviously?
Well, qualifying, I just want to try and make it into Q3. Obviously, I didn't manage that at Bahrain, but it's fine because I'm not a fan of Bahrain anyway. I'm not really a fan of Britain either, to be honest, but I can only aim to gain some points for both myself and Richard in the constructors, and try and propel Red Bull up the order.
Yeah, well, thank you very much. We'll move on to your teammate, SV Richard. Obviously, the big talking point from last week was all the collisions that you were involved with. Obviously, you did pick up a penalty yourself for the collision with the spares, but at the end of the day, I don't think that really bothers you that much. But yeah, obviously, had a bit of a, how should we say it, lots of battles between yourself with Daleks and the spares. Could you give some words about how you felt within those incidents?
Well, at the end of the day, I was racing my own race. They was trying to get past. I was being defensive. Not my fault if they come a bit too close, but I got a penalty for it, so no skin off my nose. Despairs is a bit of a prick, so can't stand him. And I was in a good position when Daleks decided to dive bomb me and knacker my race up, and then Despairs deliberately took me off fucking track, so it'll come to him.
Yeah, oh, that sounds like some fighting talk. Just some last question. Obviously, you did pick up a podium here last season, due to a lot of incidents that went on that we won't talk about because we had some drivers that are a bunch of wankers. But you did come away with a podium at the end of the day, and are you hoping to do that again this tomorrow?
Well, I want to try my best too. I want to try and get into Q3 and try and get up the board. Try and stick Red Bull up there. Yeah, just take it how it comes.
Yeah. Thank you very much. We'll go Ninjas. Obviously was moved down to the Toro Rosso. Obviously that Red Bull seat is still open. Are you looking to get yourself back into that Red Bull seat?
I'd prefer it. Taurus is a piece of shit. Enough said.
Fair enough.
Given was given a choice to pick cars, and then I picked the Red Bull and then get moved out of it. It's a bit of a disappointment.
Obviously that seat is still open, so if you get a fairly decent result, you never know, you could have that Red Bull seat back again. Obviously you didn't finish last week. I think you retired on your own.
Yeah, I'm not gonna
It
lie.
seems like you was having a lot of problems.
Yeah, I got a few laps in, and I won't lie. I probably made a bad judgment call of not going to the loop because I was absolutely fucking dying, so I just had to retire.
Oh, fair enough. Well, you gotta be
Bladder
honest
before
in these sort of
anything.
things,
I mean,
obviously,
especially after spinning and seeing Jota coming straight at me, I'm just glad Ghostham's off. I mean, I already had Tony plough into me.
We will obviously talk to Tony. Final question for you. So obviously Britain. I can't remember who finished last season.
I didn't race an SVR last season up to that point.
Oh, fair enough. Okay. Obviously, it will be your first race in SVOR at Britain. How are you preparing yourself for this race?
Just doing a bit of practice. I've had a bit more time compared to normal to try and do some practice. So,
Hashtag coronavirus.
well, yeah. Given the fact that I've got the nice comfort of being able to work from home at the minute, so time in the evenings I get a bit of extra time there. So, yeah, it's not been too bad. Changing a lot of how I work with the car now. So up until a couple of races ago, I still was running with automatic gearbox. That's now manual. The other assists, I'm still working on getting rid of completely. But yeah, it's getting there. I can feel more comfortable with the car, with the changes I've been making, and seem to be getting faster. So
Yeah, thank you very much. We'll go on to the final guy, SV Tony, another driver that obviously didn't finish last week. Obviously, you did have that collision with Ninjas. Can you explain to us from your POV on what happened there?
Yeah, well, obviously I saw Ramsey, Ninjas, and whoever else it was get tangled up with each other, and so I backed off with Bonge behind me, which is never a good idea. So he always gets you anyway. Backed off, and then I saw him stop and just spin round in straight onto the racing line as I'd already committed to the left, which
That,
I went
okay, still talking.
I went absolutely ballistic, and then watched it back about 3 days later and went, yeah, there's nothing he could have done.
Yeah, obviously we did deem it as a
That
racing incident. There wasn't much.
the steward's inquiry was
Ninjas.
just heat of the moment. I was just
Yeah.
fuming.
Obviously, we don't blame you for fuming. Obviously, we do encourage drivers to record whatever happens.
I will
whether
say,
you actually-
because I haven't actually spoken to Tony, is that obviously I do apologise. Obviously, like I say, there's nothing I could really have done. But how I survived that, I don't know.
I have no idea because the front left didn't come off, which is the one that I hit you with, and the front right came off, which was nowhere near your car, which pissed me off.
Codemasters, that's all I'm going to say. Final
yeah, there is
question for
that.
yourself. Obviously, Britain ran the corner. You're not having the best of qualifyings. Being beaten by your teammate, and I think every round so far. Are you looking to get into Q2 this season?
You cheeky git, I have done twice this season.
Alright, Q3 this season.
Hopefully when we get round to some of one of my favourite, well, Bahrain was one of my favourites and then I disconnected, which pissed me off, but hopefully either one of the others I'll be able to get in somewhere. I don't know which one yet, but I'll work on it.
Obviously, we do have a break after tomorrow's race. But I want to say thank you to all the drivers that have turned up today.
Not a problem.
Being interrupted by the annoying girlfriend. Go away. You want to be interviewed as well? Bye. There we go. That's all you get from that. But yeah, thank you very much for tuning in, guys. Obviously, we will be live tomorrow at 8 PM for the British Grand Prix. Can we see Jota bounce back after last week's race, or can we see Pagoo extend that championship? Can we see maybe a change at the Red Bull family? We have no idea.
Well, the Toro Rosso
Until then,
drivers
guys,
can
we'll
look,
see
but
you
they can't
soon.
touch.
Bye.